You lost the bet, man.
What?
Yeah.
Define raw steak.
Well, I put that chart, that picture, you have different levels. I was thinking blue rare.
Blue.
Yeah, if you just Google blue rare, I think it's this level. Or the rarest level. Yeah, see, everyone's asking for that rare steak.
I mean, that doesn't sound as bad as you eating peppers.
Oh man, I don't know, rare steak.
Why are you the way that you are?
I don't know, man. I'm sure your parents ask the same thing. Hey, since we're not streaming tomorrow, can we just like briefly touch on favorite plays for tomorrow's slate at the end?
What?
Since they have them on the board, the Saturday slate.
Oh, there's no basketball tomorrow?
No, there is. I'm saying, but we're not streaming tomorrow, right?
Oh, if you don't want to, we don't have to.
Oh, I'm always down. I just figured since we haven't been streaming over the weekends, we weren't going to.
Well, is it like a day thing?
That's a good question. Let's look.
That's the main reason why I haven't been streaming on the weekends, is because it's been like daytime noon crap, you know?
Yeah.
Oh, hey, chat. What's up?
Yeah.
Is that what we're working with? Bunch of day? All right.
It's super spread out. It's 12:30 p.m. is the first game, and at 5:30 p.m. is the second one.
Okay. Well, yeah. If you don't run an hour and a half on these two games,
well, I think the first game will be pretty quick.
The Willie won't, Willie not, is he? Yes, maybe, sorta, kinda, but not really. What's up, chat? How we doing? Happy Friday. What's up, Like Sugar? What up, Emerson Skimmer? Love to see all of these channel member badges in chat. Mike in the chat. Mike says, "Are you eating a rare steak today?" I didn't know that this was the thing.
We talked about it.
I mean, did we talk about it, or did you like, you're eating a raw steak? And I'm just like, oh, okay. So that's different. That, like, eating raw food should not be the risking your life shouldn't be the bet. You know what I mean? I don't know. Raw, you're actually putting pictures of like raw steak, like raw steak. Yeah, that's not really. Yeah, I don't know. But no, I had no intentions to eat a raw steak. But apparently, my co-host has intentions to eat peppers.
Yeah.
So So what are we doing here? Why are you eating peppers just for the heck of it?
Yeah, we talked about it. Friday, why not? It's fun, right?
So
I was hoping you would,
eat
flash
steak,
fry a steak. Yeah.
flash fry a steak in solidarity. No, maybe. Like if we ever do like bets like that, I'm game to do some stupid stuff. I'm not eating no raw steak. What? That's not even. Heck, I'd be more inclined to eat a pepper than a steak.
Oh.
So I'm not. Obviously, we're gonna save the pepper eating for later. But what do you have? Like, what peppers do you have?
I mean, nothing crazy because, like I said, I couldn't get any ghost peppers or Carolina Reapers. But I got some Thai chili, and I got some scorpion peppers, which are pretty hot, and then I got your standard habanero, which I actually eat with a lot of my meals on the side.
So this is just a snack for you.
Yeah.
Why?
I'm addicted to peppers, man. I love like especially habaneros, like the flavor.
Isn't there like? I feel like there's some health risk from having too many peppers at that level to your diet.
It's actually thought to prevent like colon cancer. So yeah,
That's a painful way to prevent colon cancer,
right.
bruh. All right. Well, so later on we'll get you to eat some peppers. Now when you eat peppers, do you have water? Do you have milk? Or are you just eating these? Are you dipping them in ranch? I don't know how you eat peppers.
I just eat them. Like just normally like if I was eating any snack.
Yeah, you're weird. Anyway, so we'll eat peppers later. What do we need for pepper? 100 likes? I don't know if we get 100 likes, but we'll get to shoot for it. Did you just dog? I gotta teach you how this YouTube game works. You can't what? Now I have no incentive to hit the like button. Gosh dang it!
I saved the habanero for him.
So the habanero is the spiciest of them.
No, I say the scorpion is.
I don't understand it. I just don't. Chat, there was no basketball yesterday. We got some basketball tonight. We got the Miami Heat back in action. Maybe, possibly, probably, I don't know, with Joel Embiid in the mix. This has been fun to track. So we're gonna try and cover this game. And then, of course, the Suns and Mavericks games look a little bit more fun to go after. Shout out to the live chat, though. Flo, also there. Chris Smith is here. It says, LFG winning in CSGO and COD. Let's go. I don't know how, but I made the Hall of Fame status in PrizePicks Discord. Let's go. Chris Paul birthday today. Yup. What up, Team Underground? Dustin in the chat. Mike says, Josh, aren't those times you quoted West Coast times?
Oh, yeah, they were. Yep.
Okay. Brunson show. What up, Vince? What you think? Paul over 16.5. Luka over 3.5 threes. Brunson over half a steal. Bridges over half a block. I could get down with that. Peppers are too legit. Quinn says the Heat curse started when Bam cleared his fantasy points against Charlotte before the All-Star break. Miraculously blocked the shot at the end of double overtime. Yep, remember that one. That was one of the funnest sweats ever, right? Peppers are good for you. I don't know, man. I always thought that maybe it's just a child. You hear something as a child and you remember it as an adult. I was like, oh, that has to be true. It was in my brain. I always thought peppers could burn your taste buds and ulcers and tests and stuff. I don't know, but I guess that's completely made up and not true.
Yeah, that's scorpion pepper, man. That one was spicy.
You're not even crying.
No, I'm feeling the heat on that one, for sure.
Bro, okay. So the habaneros before you do the hot one, I'll make your camera a little bit bigger.
Okay.
Then we can enjoy it. Don't just eat, you freak. Don't just eat peppers. Oh my god. No dip needed for peppers. I love the heat pain of peppers, but I work at a gastroenterology office, so I'm in the right place for the after. What up, Sheriff? Mavs are going to get beat like a drum. Okay. Aaron Nola strikeout prop came through huge, hit a max card last night. Nice. Let's go, Parker. I love to see that. Vegas has them as a pick 'em today. All right. Peppers give you mucho gas. I just know that if it burns going in, it'll probably burn going out.
Oh,
That's not fun. So
that part is not fun at all.
You guys can have it. You guys can have it. All right, let's open up the PrizePicks board. Let's open up the underdog board. Let's get some plays going. First game on the docket tonight, Miami Heat and the Philadelphia 76ers. We got a 210.5 total, 1 point spread. Or at least it was earlier with Miami, the favorite here. So we need to get caught up on news because there's been a saga of Joel Embiid was out last night, and then he cleared concussion protocol, and then he practiced, and then he was upgraded from out to doubtful, and that's a lot of fun. And now a lot of places are expecting him to just play, and it's do or die, game on the line, season on the line type of basketball. So let's see if we can get some updated information on Joel Embiid, and even with like a doubtful tag on him, you wonder. Listed doubtful, optimism, he'll play. Kyle Lowry questionable, Hero questionable, PJ Tucker questionable, Gabe Vincent questionable, Max Strus questionable. Now most of the Heat have been questionable throughout this series anyway, but Lowry would be a true upgrade, and unsure what we would expect from him. Updating an earlier note, Shams reports that Joel Embiid has been fitted for a face mask. Percocet, Molly Percocet. You good?
Yeah.
Okay, I thought you.
Tongue's a little numb. I'm good.
Okay, so mask on, F it, mask off, play the flute. So I don't know, man. It's feeling like Embiid's gonna play tonight, and they're just being a little bit political with the designation. But with that said, you wonder how much he can play because remember now. He played with his thumb against Toronto, but he also broke his face. So he's going to have to play with a mask. Hashtag mask game. But that would change everything, right? Joel Embiid, with half his utility, is exponentially better than having DeAndre Jordan out there. So a lot of uncertainty. But Josh, is it fair to just say he's going to play? You think he's just going to play? I think he is.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know what to expect from him, but yeah. I feel like he's like, I feel like they're like taping him up and he's hanging on by a thread, man. Like, what is it? Broken thumb or ripped or torn ligament, broken face.
So I'll say this, man. Embiid gets a lot of haters calling him soft and whatnot, right? Takes some rest days and stuff. Hey, man, you suit up with a jacked up thumb and a broken face or your team's down 0-2?
Yeah, it's soft.
Right. So we'll see. But what does that do for you? Are you doing what can you possibly do with this game now?
That's not what you want for prop betting, right?
No, it's not, unless you just want to go after a bunch of unders. Looking at the 76ers side of things, they did add Embiid to the board. They got him at 24.5 real points, 10 rebounds, 38.5 PRA. I have no idea what to put his minute projection at because, concussion protocol means he hasn't been going through full practice. You don't know if his conditioning's ripe, whatever. He only missed, less than a week, but it's just a lot of unknowns, and at the end of the day, it's still a Miami Heat game, and we know those games can just be really suck the air out of everything. We had been targeting Tobias Harris in the absence of Joel Embiid. Well, now that Embiid's back, maybe we aren't as excited. I do have Harris at almost 35 fantasy points, which is not that much higher than their projection. Maybe James Harden's assist rate can go back up, have somebody to work with. He's on the board at 9 assists. I just truly don't know what to expect from this game. So are you, in chat, chime in. What are you guys doing with this game, if anything? And I think the most responsible answer is we truly don't know from this far out. And it's probably a risk to lock in some of these numbers without a definitive answer about what Embiid's going to do and a definitive quoted expectation. Because while the official designation is doubtful, this is just playoff basketball with your season on the line. They can't, if they lose this game, it's over. So I can see him trying to get out there by hook or by crook, but I don't know what that means because at the end of the day, it's still two of the slowest paced teams in basketball. Miami Heat's still a solid defense, and then on the Heat side, we're dealing with the unknown of Kyle Lowry being in or out, and that would of course have a ripple effect on Jimmy Butler, Adebayo, and Hero minutes, Oladipo minutes, and Strus and Vincent. This game sucks. Is what I'm getting at. What are you doing with this game?
I mean, it's good for DFS because you can get some variance and hopefully it goes your way. Try to call it right. But prop betting, it's like the opposite of what you want. There's no security in terms of your picks and minute projections and what to expect. I mean, the one I could still lean on for the Sixers would be Tobias. Like, with Embiid being full strength or not, he still can be productive. And if Embiid is playing well, I mean, that's just more defensive attention going towards him and open things up for Tobias in the interior, as well as on the perimeter, too. I mean, they dropped his points down to 16.5 with Embiid news. I could maybe get on that. And maybe his 2.5 assists, too, since he works with Embiid on that. Sometimes in the pick and roll action, high post. So those are probably two that, like, the only immediate ones that stand out to me, and I would feel somewhat okay clicking on. All these other ones, I just don't know, man.
All right, so I guess we focus on the late game, and then if we get more definitive news while we're live, we'll kind of do some open think about it. I think Jimmy Butler is worth attacking no matter what. Maybe
his fantasy score or what?
Yeah, that's probably the blanket. Throw it over everything. And then, are we still getting that 1.5 block steals? Yeah, we are 1.5 steals.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd probably go after that.
But
yeah. So let me start the list here, and it's gonna be pretty. And I can't show. I feel like I'm cheating y'all by like not creating plays here, but you gotta understand, man, this is a tough spot. So I always say don't make something if it ain't there, and it is not here right now, at least with the lack of information that we have. So we'll add Jimmy Butler over 1.5 steals to the list, and then also they got him at 43 fantasy points. I like that a little bit more if Lowry's out. I have him right at 43 fantasy points right now, so I think the steals is probably the one that I want to sweat the most.
Yeah, and then I mean, what about his PRA instead of his fantasy? It's 11 point difference
for Jimmy, his PRA over fantasy. So, man,
32.5 versus 43. That's such a huge gap. But I get it. I mean, he gets stocks, but I mean, he doesn't get that many. That's crazy.
I mean,
yeah.
I see. I have Butler at 20, almost 28 PRA.
And you have him at 43 on the dot, just like they do.
Mm-hmm.
I don't feel good about that. I mean, what about? I mean, Bam's at 38. It's really low, but I would tell you this: the Sixers' defense, when Embiid since he's been out, I looked at the defensive rating and it's dropped to like 115. Man, it's so bad. And I mean, it's got to be a boost with him out there. I mean, even if he's just, I don't know, 60 to 80%, it's still better than having DeAndre Jordan, right? And Paul Reed.
Absolutely. DeAndre Jordan is just all you need to say.
Yeah.
Sixers have a defensive rating of 112.5 in the last 50 games with Joel Embiid, and without, it's one. Wait, that can't be right. Well, I don't trust that to be right, but yeah, I get what you're saying. The net rating for DeAndre Jordan net rating last 2 games has been ridiculous. Sorry, I can only answer questions about net ratings for teams. Okay, DeAndre Jordan, let's go plus minus last 2 games. Or really defensive efficiency. There's a minus 31 in the last 2 games. Like, he is so insignificant, and he's such a problem that just straight up going to, like, you talk about replacement level players. like he's so far below replacement level with these numbers. So yeah, it is, and going from a literal below replacement level player to an MVP candidate, it's just an exponential difference. So yeah, it will make it a little bit tougher, and certainly Bam Adebayo not going to be as free to score points. And I think on the season we know that Joel Embiid much better defender than DeAndre here. So maybe Adebayo gets priced up a little bit based on success the last couple of days. I got 18.5 points, something that he has cleared in 3 straight. But maybe Adebayo slows that down, or maybe Embiid slows that down a little bit. But again, I feel like right now we're forcing stuff to happen. So we'll honor the Suns and Mavericks game as much as possible. And then as news comes out, even if it's not on this stream, we'll post it in the free Discord, some thoughts based on the stuff that is confirmed. Because if we get another game without Lowry, it makes us feel better about Jimmy Butler. And I imagine my fantasy projection for Jimmy Butler will go up. And then, Gabe Vincent, Max Strus, Tyler Hero, Oladipo, all those guys become a little bit more viable. So we'll work with that. And let's get caught up on chat. Jeff says Bam unders, Butler overs with Embiid in. That's a good correlation, Jeff. Makes sense. More like mini smoke stand. Tobias over 16.5 over. Okay. Tobias 3-pointers over 1.5. Okay. Gun, any props or PR rivals you like on underdog? So, hey, that's a good question, too. We'll compare the lines on this game to underdog. I do want to mention that underdog, you know how we do Taco Tuesday, or yesterday we did Cinco de Mayo specials. Underdogs, there's not really like a reason every day, like somebody sponsors a special prop. Underdog has a prop like that today. It's Dorian Finney-Smith 1 PRA. So if you guys are not on underdog, the pick'em version of this site plays a whole lot like PrizePicks, the different lines that you get to attack. But if you use the link in chat or you sign up using code GUNDACKER, same thing, man. They're going to double your first deposit up to $100. So you get a little extra bankroll to play with. That's instant, no slow drip, no playthrough, none of that nonsense. And you can bet that Dorian Finney-Smith will have more than 1 PRA today and handcuff that to some stuff that you like. So comparing some of their lines on this Heat and Sixers game versus what PrizePicks has, they have Jimmy Butler at 34.5 PRA, which is linear, right, to what PrizePicks has. PrizePicks has them at 32. So there's a 2-point discount on PrizePicks. So if you like Jimmy unders, maybe take the unders over here. They also have Adebayo at 17.5 real points, where PrizePicks has them at 18.5.
You never see that.
Right. So yeah. So underdog being lower here. I mean, I think that's a sign that they're giving some respect to the credence of Embiid playing. So maybe that makes us like the unders for Adebayo on PrizePicks since it's a better number. And then what else we got here?
That PR is interesting. 25.5 PR.
Points and rebounds? Okay.
Yeah, because, I mean, if he gets 9 boards, 17 points, it would make sense.
Yeah. Willie says, you say DFS, LOL. So what's the pick on this game, 2 or 3 players? You say DFS. What does that mean, Willie? I don't know what that means. Are you looking for like DFS advice? I mean, I can do that. Is that in the title? My bad if it is. It's not. No, it's not. We'll talk. If you got some DFS questions, Willie, throw them at me. But this game is also going to be pretty confusing for DFS without definitive information. Even when we know who's playing, the projections are always wonky with the Miami Heat. With that said, they have Joel Embiid, 25.5 points, similar. James Harden is listed at 6.5 rebounds, the 9.5 assists off the board at the moment. We'll see if it comes back. And then Danny Green, bro. Did you see that game? Whoo, Danny Green. He sure was a thing in that last outing, bro. It wasn't quite the nothing, but 1 for 10 against Miami last outing, 1 for 9 from behind the arc, made 1 shot. You're gonna need more than that out of Danny Green if you're gonna be competitive. So
that's what you want.
So anyway, hey, get up on Underdog. If you sign up on Underdog and use my code, DM myself or Danielle in the Gundecker Gaming Discord, and we'll put a special roll on you. It's a good way to support the stream, but also good way for you to shop the best lines, right? Shop the best lines for sports betting. Shop the best lines for these pick'ems too. DFS. Oh, okay. I'm sorry, Willie. So when I said DFS, I meant Dorian Finney-Smith. Sorry for the confusion. What up, Wes? Tall glass of Jack Daniels. Attaboy. I got me a big glass of vanilla Coke, Josh, because I already drank my energy.
No black cherry vanilla. Bang. That's what I got.
Well, I already drank my energy drink for the baseball stream. I know when, I like my heart to function.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Bro, my man is eating peppers, drinking a Bang. Somewhere in there is a stereotype commercial for Jesus H, bro. Jesus H. What up, EDC? Bam is minus 153 odds on Pinnacle for the under at 17.5. 18, that's a great find. Yeah, I like that, EDC. That's a great call. Definitely looks like some respect for Embiid. Mama texted me just now, no PJ Tucker props. While I'm liking hockey props better than NBA today. Oof. What up, AZ? All right, let's get in the main event here. And then Josh said we'll talk about some of the props for tomorrow's games. Looks like we won't do a live stream tomorrow, so maybe we can handcuff a couple of these picks to them. I had some baseball stuff queued up, but every time I turn around, another game's getting postponed. We've already lost 4 games, Josh.
Bad weather.
Yeah, it's rough. All right, so main event tonight, Suns and the Mavs. Chris Paul, Devin Booker. What? I'm reading it out like a DFS stream. 219 total. Hook for the home team. What the hook gonna be? It is Chris Paul's birthday. Mm-hmm. Did the NBA bless him with a Scott Foster?
I know. How funny would that have been?
Oh, man. So this game definitely feels a little bit more inviting, more so because you kind of know what to expect, who's going to play. And you watched a lot of the game film for the first 2 games. Last game, we were on Dorian Finney-Smith to play 1,000,000 minutes, and he got in foul trouble, which was not a constant for him. So Dorian Finney-Smith only played 20 minutes, which never happens. In the first quarter, he picked up 3 fouls, didn't touch the court in the second quarter, and then in the third quarter, picked up 1 quick one. So he was sitting on 4 fouls instantly. He played less than half the minutes he probably plays. Less than half the minutes he probably plays at 20 minutes than what you might expect from him.
Well, that game, that was anomaly. Like, Tony Brothers' crew, they would not stop with a whistle, man. It was ridiculous.
Yeah, I saw Twitter. Twitter was like, this game's going to run out of players. Hopefully today they let them play. But because guys like DFS plays 20 minutes, Reggie Bullock got 36. That's normal. Jalen Brunson, less than 30 minutes. And on the Suns side, just 18 minutes for DeAndre Ayton. Chris Paul got to 36 minutes. So there was a couple of key players that didn't get their normal run, and then the blowout happened in the mop-up squads ended up finishing this game here. So expect this game to be more neutral, or at least hope that it plays more neutral. Maybe the league makes a phone call here. But talk to me about what we're doing for the prop side of this. We'll start with the visiting Phoenix Suns. The birthday boy is listed at 16.5 real points, 31.5 PRA, 1.5 blocks and steals, 38 fantasy points. Looking back at my projections, I got him at 42, so I'm slightly on the over. Devin Booker is introduced at 25.5 real points, 40 fantasy points. DeAndre Ayton's at 17 points. That was one of those. We've been targeting him against that Mavericks front court. Fouls. And then McCall Bridges, another guy we like to target just because he plays so many minutes. 26 fantasy points, 20.5 PRA. Where we start on the Sun side, what's sticking out to you in the game that hopefully is more welcoming than the Heat and Sixers pre and post flop?
Yeah, well, so I think the Suns figured out how to put away the Mavs, kind of developed a formula last game. And basically that was just attack Luka nonstop. And I mentioned the first look video. They have attacked him so far in 50 times on screen defense. So every time Chris Paul is pretty much getting it, he's pretty much calling the switch for him. So for Luka switch defense. So I think they're going to do the same thing today. And second.
Are you getting swatted?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so I think I still think, well, it's kind of interesting how they're using Chris Paul in like bursts of like kind of like use him as like a closer to come in and just he'll kind of like chill for majority of the game, and then that fourth quarter, this at least in the last two games, that fourth quarter will come in and basically just go off and play with a lot more energy and just try to put him away. And so, yeah, he was just going at Luka. And Luka, he was just gassed at the end of that game. Because, I mean, he's using so much energy on offense as is all game long. And so they're just trying to use, and just take advantage of that. And they know he's not going to play good defense and just go at him. So I think Chris Paul has a really good matchup again if they use that same strategy. And since he's still going to pass it and command the floor, probably just throw a blanket over it all with his fantasy. But I get it if you want to go with his points because it's still pretty low for this type of matchup and how he's going to be in attack mode at 16.5 points. But yeah, I'll probably rank it fantasy number 1, 38, and then points 2. But that assist, man, that's the lowest I've seen for Chris Paul this year, 8.5. So that's tempting. But yeah, I think the strategy is just different, and his role is different in this series due to just being like Luka being the primary guy, and then wanted to basically isolate him and negate his offense and wear him down. And then Ayton. So Ayton, man, this guy can either be unstoppable or just disappear. And he disappeared last game because he got in foul trouble, but he was also at times just not involved in the offense. But I mean, I think the Suns, they're going to go right back to him because he's so efficient when he does, when he is getting the ball and taking those mid-range low post shots. So they tend to get him involved early on. So if you want to go with this first half points, that makes sense.
Yeah, I was going to ask, you want to sweat the first half? Were you sweating Ayton's first quarter last slate?
No, first half last, and he got hooked.
He got hooked.
Just like Bam. Bam's first quarter. Yeah, because he picked up
got
that third
foul trouble. Yep, I think that was the issue. Yeah, 2 fouls in that second quarter stint.
Yeah, but they get him involved early, so they like to. So it makes sense. There's reasoning behind it. But I mean, 17 points, that's still in play too if you don't want to sweat just the half. And then Mikal, I mean, he's doing it all. He's playing the most minutes still on the team. He's still playing 40-plus minutes both games, by far the most on anybody. So you can get to his PRA or his fantasy. They took away his block steal prop, which sucks because we were eating up from that the last 2 games. And then Crowder's going to be a popular play today because basically the Mavs are like, okay, Crowder, you could shoot all the shots you want and you could beat us, but we're not going to let guys like Booker have easy shots and Mikal and Chris Paul. I mean, yeah, so he has all the open shots he can handle, but we've seen this guy. He can go 1 of 10, 0 of 9. We've seen it. I'm still going to fade, man. I don't care. I can't put my money on Crowder.
I'm with you, right? We all have that guy. But 1.5 threes made is looking interesting. Based on 5 3-point attempts the last couple games, Sky hit 2 of them,
and he's open.
Yeah, and he's open. So that is something I could get behind.
Well, I mean, okay, the one maybe I could consider is 1.5 block steal.
Okay, that's fair.
Because that's why he's out there. It's his defense, right? So, and to take some open shots here and there.
Okay,
but yeah, but you're relying on scorekeepers and on the road. Man, and Cam Johnson's just getting abused in this matchup by Luka. The Mavs are targeting him on the opposite side, just like Luka's getting targeted. They're looking for him and trying to get him switched on for Luka, and basically he's backing him down, posting him up, and just having his way with them. So unders have been working with him, and he's been picking up fouls on Luka. Something to consider. And then I don't know what to do with D-Book here. I want to go with this 3-point prop. Because I assume if this game stays close like Vegas thinks it will, and Mavs playing with desperation, maybe tries to put them away, or they're coming back from a deficit. But Mavs, I mean, I just feel like they're going to get up for these home games. They play much better at home, have more energy, and that deep perimeter defense all season long has been really good against the 3-ball. So it makes me a little bit hesitant, but it's D-Book. I mean, you get hot like we saw in that fourth quarter last game. So I would say his real points or his 3-point prop I would probably consider. And then yeah, I mean that's about it for the Suns.
All right, let me put together our a list here. So the only thing I have on this list from the Heat side is Jimmy Butler, 1.5 steals. Haven't sunk my teeth into anything for Philly. I'm looking at our boy Quinn in chat, so he's strongly considering under on Harden getting a double-double. I think that's fair. I think I might be shopping some unders. I think that Adebayo real point under is seeming like a click if news falls the right way. But I don't want to commit to something and then get okey doked by Doc when he goes, Josh, I know it looks like Joel Embiid could play, but I think DeAndre Jordan's got something to offer tonight, and we're going to start him. And then when he does that, I'm effed because Adebayo. So let's make a list here for the Suns to add. So I'm thinking we go first half real points, DeAndre Ayton. Would you co-sign that one for me? 8.5 real points. I think he had 9 in the first quarter. That is, first half. What are you thinking?
For Ayton, the first half, yeah.
DeAndre Ayton over 8.5.
Yeah, I think you're right. He had 9 after the first quarter, and then he didn't score again, and then got fouled, and then got that third foul.
I'll put that on the list. And then, do we want to core anything else Suns-wise? Like, I'm sure we'll add stuff to
I think Chris Paul's fantasy.
Chris Paul fantasy? Okay.
Yeah.
I'm fine with that. We'll go...
I mean, just because, like, how the Suns are approaching their game plan for attacking the Mavs.
All right. So, Chris Paul...
Fantasy for real points.
FPS, real points. Glass City, straight out the mud. Appreciate the sub. Welcome to the channel. Oh, the Doc Rivers. What up, Travis? Crazy UFC news. What happened? I don't follow UFC like
missed
that.
by like half a pound, right? Weight his way in.
Oh, some fighter? I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. Mavs haven't beat Phoenix in 2 years. Yeah. Glenn might just think that. He might, man. He might. Third time's the charm, huh? Just keep playing.
Hang in there.
He's like, hang in there, and we'll win this game. God damn it. All right, so we'll put Chris Paul. And then Mikal Bridges, like we say, plays so many gosh darn minutes. There's so many of them that I'm always just tempted to take his overs. We can play 40, 42 minutes. I'm in. So 26 fantasy points, Mikal Bridges. Yep. Sweat, but it makes sense. So I'm gonna add that to the list. We're gonna 26 fantasy points. And then, what do you think? Do you think Dorian Finney-Smith can get 2 points, rebounds, or assists?
I hope so.
Hope so. Okay. Well, if you think DFS could get 2 points, rebounds, or assists, then you should be an underdog tonight and get some prop action going on over there. And if you're not an underdog, you should be on underdog using code GUNDAGGER or use this link in chat because this is essentially a free square. You handcuff that to one of these other picks and just make some money, right? So DFS 1.5 PRA. Could be smoother, but hey, we'll work on that. All right, so 8 in first half, 8.5 points. Chris Paul, fantasy points or real points. Mikal Bridges, 26 fantasy points. You have a favorite Devin Booker lean?
I don't. I would probably just say it's 3-point prop, maybe.
Okay, 2.5 threes.
And then you can add your boy Crowder if you want. It's 1.5 threes.
Don't you dare. Don't you dare. Gun special. No. It's not a gun special, but if Jay Crowder's going to get open looks, I'll take a shot over 1.5 threes, and then maybe the steals. So, all right. But that's not going to be a core play. No. All right, let's get caught up in chat before we move on. Under Finney has been a lock. Under Finney's been a lock? I don't know, man. Them rebounds got there for us. It sounded more like Lindquist saw him. Oh, my God. You know, yesterday when he was doing that, Carlos, I was like, you know what? That does sound like the Doc thing, but I didn't want to fire it back. I was busy trying to make him look like a fool. Quinn says Bullock over 2 threes. All right, we'll get to that side.
They didn't have those yesterday. Nice.
Oliveira misses weight, stripped of title. I don't know who that is, Travis, but getting stripped of a title, that seems like a big piece of news. All right, let's move over to the Mavericks side. I would say, Josh, do you watch WNBA?
I've not recently. No. Have you?
I mean, when they first rolled out WNBA for DFS, I went and bought the WNBA League Pass and made projections and did all that stuff.
Uh-huh.
But I have not watched.
Was it
much
profitable?
since. It was. But anyway, the WNBA is cranking up, and they have WNBA props. So I don't know. I just didn't know if you watched it.
I see you saying we got a new avenue.
Maybe. Anyway,
If it's basketball, I'm down.
I mean, it is basketball. So one of the reasons why I stopped playing WNBA is because the money disappeared, and the money disappears pretty easily in those niche sports. But the money is the same for WNBA, right? It's just straight up prop. So maybe it is worth popping and blowing the book off and seeing what's going on here. So
yeah,
I don't know.
Take a look.
Chat, any WNBA aficionados in chat? Quinn, you into that? Might have to pop that back open and start doing some WNBA videos. All right, let's get caught up on chat. Gun expression when Eric did that. Oh man, I'm surprised we haven't clipped that and put that in like Twitter yet. That was a funny moment. Did you watch that yesterday, Josh?
The what?
I did a baseball show yesterday on Osmo, and
yeah, I caught some of it. Yeah,
my co-host.
yeah, they put the Baby Yoda with the.
Okay, that's what you remember. Okay, cool. Man, yeah. Co-host was doing a Saw impression.
Oh, right, Eric.
Yeah. All right, Mavericks side of the basketball. Luka Doncic, 32.5 real points, 7.5 assists, 3.5 threes, 50.5 PRA. That's crazy. The PRA is so high. Wow. Okay, 55 fantasy points, 7 free throws, 1.5 block steals. Those are all Luka lines. We're also seeing Jalen Brunson on the board, 16.5 real points. Dorian Finney-Smith, who we've been playing because he usually plays 44 minutes, not likely to play 18, 20 minutes. He's on the board at 22 fantasy points, 17.5 PRA. That's a line I'm probably going to get behind. Obviously, I'll take the over 1 PRA. But I don't expect him to be in big-time foul trouble because he almost is never in big-time foul trouble. So that's something that sticks out to me. Reggie Bullock, I know chat mentioned his threes over I think somebody said 2.5 threes. I'm seeing 2 threes for him. So we can probably push that 2. That seems like the minimum here. And then just hope for the best that we get a third. Yeah, sure.
I'm glad they added that. They were holding back on that yesterday.
All right, so I guess walk me through it, man. What's sticking out for you? If I had to nominate guys off the rip, I'm going to go DFS, 17.5 PRA, Reggie Bullock, 2 threes. What are you thinking on Luka?
It's hard, man. It's hard because we definitely need some exposure. I mean, he's going to do everything he can to make sure his team wins. Just like how Jokic was that, what was it, Game 4 against the Warriors, to hold his ground so they didn't get swept. Carried the team and got the W. So here's my dilemma. The Mavs play significantly better at home. And traditionally, just, across the board, the league, role players shoot a lot better at home. And with the way the Suns are attacking Luka, he's got to save his energy. He can't go full attack mode the whole game because what will happen is the same thing that happened last game in the fourth quarter where he just disappears because he's completely gassed. So there is a realm of possibilities that he goes distribute playmaker more so today than he has in the series. So I'm wrestling between his assist prop and his fantasy or his real points because I think he could look to distribute more, save that energy, and hope those guys catch fire. Those role players like Reggie, Finney, Maxey, and get hot from 3. So. Yeah, I think you can play out 2 different scenarios. One, he just continues to attack the basket and be aggressive, and it's been successful, but you're sacrificing energy and defense. or 2, he distributes. And so you take his assist prop and you pair it with point props like Reggie or Finney. And now, you can pair it with Reggie's 2 3-point made, which I like. I like that correlation. I like correlating assist props with 3-point props because it's really high correlation because most 3-pointers are catch and shoot, especially guys like Reggie on the wing. So you're not running the risk of like dribble and someone dribbling and not being an assist anymore. So that correlation would be really strong. And then Finney, I mean, he's only down to 10.5 points. I assume these guys are going to go back to playing 40-plus minutes if they stay out of foul trouble because this is a must-win game. You can't go down 3-0 and lose your first home game. So that's kind of where I'm leaning on that. And then Brunson, this has just been a terrible matchup for him. I just think the Suns' defense, the way they can switch and their length, he's having a hard time penetrating and getting that mid-range shot like he was getting in Utah. And Mikal, he's seeing a lot of Mikal defense as well. But, I mean, his points is really low at 16.5. They have a 0.5 steal for him. He's been pretty active defensively and getting some steals if you want to sweat a really, really low number for him. But I'm not confident on Brunson. He could have that one good game in this series, but calling which game it's going to be seems to be difficult with his current matchup. And then Finney or Dinwiddie's been pretty effective when he comes in off the bench, and he's been shooting the 3-ball pretty good. I mean, almost 50%. So could go with his 1.5 3, and the same goes for Maxey too with his 1.5 3-point prop. But yeah, if I had to rank order it, I would probably say out of these secondary guys, I'd probably say Finney's 10.5 points, and then Reggie's 3-point prop, and then Dinwiddie and Maxey's 3-point props, and then I'm still wrestling which one I like the best for Luka, whether it's his assist or real points. Maybe you can give us lean us one way or the other.
I say what Underdog has Luka at, because if PrizePicks is that high, I wonder if Underdog went a little bit higher.
For which line?
Or for any line, really. They have him at 51.5 PRA, so it's a 1 PRA difference. They have him at 8 assists for Luka. They also have Luka at 4.5 turnovers, and that has been an issue against this against the Suns defense. So 7 and 5 turnovers his last 2 games. Hey, maybe you want to take some Luka overs. Maybe the over turnover on Underdog is something that we can get behind. But yeah, I my policy, and I've been this way all year. I don't think you're ever gonna get us like a great line on the studs, especially in the playoffs, and we're not here, right? I was letting the field have the Jokic props, the Embiid, the Cat prop, those guys. I like to get to the secondary guys that the line's maybe a little bit more inefficient, or at least easier to sweat, easier to get behind. So I think ultimately, if I ended up with no action on Luka props tonight, especially the overs, I don't think I'm losing sleep, man. I'll just let it happen. But with that said, if Luka Doncic does play 44 minutes in a close game, yeah, his per minute production's nutty. He could drop 60, 70. Right now, I've got him for 67 fantasy points, and we laugh about it, but that's what we had 2 games back. And sure enough, he came out and went bananas, dropped over 70 DK. And that last game was 52 fantasy points in just 36 minutes. He probably leaves 8 minutes on the table, if not more, because the game blew out. And, he didn't have the squad that he would have had if foul trouble didn't happen. And he lost probably the final 5 minutes of the game because of the blowout. So I guess the fantasy points would be the blanket over everything if I wanted to sweat a Luka over. But I don't know if I want to do that.
So it sounds like you're not really keen on Luka today.
It's just I sweating 50 plus anything in prop. You know what I mean? Like I'd rather sweat a pair of threes here or a block and steal. You know what I mean? It's just lower lines. But if I had to get to something on Luka, it would be the fantasy points.
Okay. Yeah, the only thing that concerns me is his turnovers.
Okay. PrizePicks has him at 7.5 assists. Underdog has him at 8. So 8 obviously would push, but 8 would clear you on PrizePicks here if you wanted to go that route. I do like that 4.5 turnovers a little bit on.
Yeah. I mean,
Underdog.
Don't you think? Don't you think he's going to try to get his guys involved more at home?
I think he's going to try to win the game.
And I think the best way to do it. I mean, Jason Kidd said that we got to get Brunson and Dinwiddie and Reggie going, like scoring wise. He said that today. So
yeah, I mean, you want that. If it's not
yes.
happening, it's not happening, and you got to win the game or your season's over. So
Yeah,
I'm with you in the thought that you want to get those guys started. Yes, which would be Brunson. I think Brunson's been the most underwhelming of the series, right?
Yes.
So
Yeah.
Brunson, I mean, I don't think we've seen Brunson lines this low ever.
Yeah.
In the last half of the season, 16 and a half real points. I mean, that's so low for a guy like Brunson. You usually want 20 plus real points out of him if you're going to be competitive. And then the 26 fantasy points as well, pretty low for his sake. But at the same time, we understand why Chris Paul, Mikal Bridges, like the Suns defense is legit here. So it's a little bit of mix and match. So what do you trust more? Brunson getting right and Kidd and Doncic having a plan here? Or, hey, we could try it for a quarter. That's not working. All right, you're Luka Doncic. Go get him. Kid, we got to win this game.
Yeah, I mean, but that's what the Suns want, right? They want Luka to play hero ball because it just plays right into their favor. He just gasses out like by the fourth quarter, and that's when the Suns turn it on and they just go full attack mode. I mean, that's how both games have gone this series. Like, yeah, the game will be somewhat close by the fourth, and then the Suns just put the clamp down. Yeah, I guess I don't know. I'm gonna lean that the Mavs really focus on getting the other guys involved, and Luka play makes tonight. So I'm gonna lean his 7.5 assists, and I'm gonna go with Finney's 10.5 points and Reggie's 2 threes, I think. As like,
you want to go Finney's points and not PRA?
Yeah.
Okay.
Just because I don't know, like if he's boxing out like I think like I've seen him do and not getting those boards, I'd rather just sweat that smaller 10.5 points.
Okay. I'm leaning PRA, but I don't think that's like.
Because what you think? I mean, you think he's gonna like if he doesn't clear the 10.5, but he clears his PRA, you think he's gonna get like 9 rebounds?
No, I just don't want to like him to get 10 points. And then get like 5 rebounds and 3 assists and stuff like that. I also probably just rather take the fantasy points too, in case he falls into a steal or a block. So
that fantasy is really low. Yeah, I mean, it was at 26 earlier in the series when it first started. So I'm with you on that. Okay, let's see the fantasy for Finney, and then Reggie. Do you want to do the real points or the 3-point main? It's essentially the same.
Yeah, I was thinking 3. I like the fact that 2 pushes. I think push is the. I don't want to say it, but I think push like is the worst case scenario in a full game. He's likely going to hit 2 threes. So then we're just sweating that third one, and if he doesn't hit it, then okay, we've made that one.
Yeah. Okay, I like that. So all those pairings are like not negatively correlated. So you can still play Reggie's 2 threes and then Finney's 22 fantasy points.
Yep.
And then Luka, you can either fade or play 7.5 assists.
I jotted down his fantasy points, but I don't know that it would be a front core play for me. But if he's going to play 40 minutes, Luka Doncic is just going to drop 60 fantasy points. He just is.
I mean, I don't see why he wouldn't. I mean, we were playing his fantasy points in the regular season at 55.
Mm-hmm. And, you know, they threw in the towel. It's a road game. It is what it is. You're down 2-0, right? At some point, you just go out there and fight. So even if you're down 15, 20 in 5 minutes left in this game, Jason Kidd just might leave him out there and just in case we get some Tracy McGrady goodness going. So I don't know. I'm warming up to the Luka fantasy point prop. If they're gonna win any game, it's this game.
Yes.
Okay.
And then Brunson we fade or we go take unders?
Right now, I think I'm fading, but I think his lines are too low to take the under.
I agree. And being at home, like you don't know what could happen. Yeah.
I was gonna say if we do take the under, like I said, usually underdog prices them a little bit higher, and they did. They have a 24.5 PRA. Underdog does. Contrast. That's an extra PRA. That's an extra point versus what PrizePicks has. So if you do want to get some Brunson unders, the better lines to get unders is currently on PrizePicks. They also have Dorian Finney-Smith at 11.5. So yeah, we're getting higher lines over here. So if you're an unders guy, underdog is where you want to be. And then Dwight Powell is listed over there at 5 points, 8.5 PR. I don't really have a strong lean one way or the other. So let's look at the notes that I have compared to what you got. So again, with the unknowns in that Heat game, the only thing I jotted down that I want to put Gundacker Bucks on is Jimmy Butler 1.5 steals. However, now that it's sat on the stove for a little bit and simmered, I would take a shot at under 18.5 Bam Adebayo points as we get closer to the likelihood of Embiid playing. But I would
like under on Bam all the time.
All right, and getting back to the Suns, I had Ayton over 8.5 first half points, Chris Paul fantasy points or real points, McCall Bridges 26 fantasy points, the gun special, but don't call it that, you scumbag. Jay Crowder 1.5 threes, Mavericks Luka fantasy points, Dorian Finney-Smith fantasy points, but also underdog 1 PRA. If you guys, so again, I don't want to keep repeating it, but they have their taco is 1 PRA for Dorian Finney-Smith, so absolutely take advantage of that. There's literally no reason on this planet not to take advantage of this 1 PRA for Dorian Finney-Smith. Could you imagine if he went Tony Snell? Oh my God, bro!
He almost did last game with that foul trouble.
Yeah, well, he still gets 1. Bullock 2 threes, Maxi Kleber 2 threes. So that's what the list is looking like. All right, chat. We're at 145 live viewers. We're at 42 likes. If we could parlay that into 80 likes, that's it. I'm just asking you guys to almost over half of you hit that like button. Josh will eat this. What is it? Cayenne pepper? Whatever the hottest one you got is.
Probably a scorpion and then habanero.
Scorpion and habanero pepper. So your thumbs up is his punishment, which in his mind he loves pain. So in a weird sadistic way, I'm uncomfortable. But while you guys maybe smack that like button, let me get caught up on chat. Exit Screaming says Dinwiddie over 1.5 threes. Sheriff said I'm smelling first half points under for Luka. He needs to get his guys going. So that's in line with Josh's game theory there. I could see that. Parker Douglas says Max is at 2, Finney 10.5 points. Yup, let's retire tonight. Bet, Corey. Flow says, Gun, give me 2 picks you like from underdog. So Dorian Finney-Smith over 1 PRA. And then I'm not sure what the second one's going to be just yet. We need to look at the rivals mode too. Luka has dropped 33 plus in 14 to 16 playoff games. He's logged at least 34 minutes. Yeah, I like that, but I also just like throwing the blanket over his fantasy points if I'm going to get there. Luka seemed mad last game. He might come out fire. Definitely worth going after. Get you a Carolina Reaper. Yeah, so you grow these things in your yard?
Yeah, I do, but I don't have any. Yeah, I didn't have any to harvest today.
How long does it take to grow a pepper?
The pepper plant, I mean, it's like a few months to fruit.
Okay.
In the springtime, yeah.
What up, Limited Monday? Yo, Dak, missed the MLB, but other Brewers to stack tonight?
No, the Reds. Always the Reds.
The Reds, stop it. I don't think the Reds aren't on the main slate, thank God. I don't remember. I don't think I had them as a core stack limited, but I understand getting there. I also kind of like the. I remember liking the Angels quite a bit, the Red Sox, the Nats, and I don't know. Just if you scroll to like the end of the baseball stream, I'm sure you can see my notes. Those are great. You want or need seeds? I have a few to spare. Cowboys Nation offering you some pepper seeds. Okay, we got a whole little greenhouse going on. All right, we're at 60 likes. I need 20 more, chat. I need 20 more. I'll do the peppers. So we're not gonna have live streams tomorrow, chat, but we do have tomorrow's games on the board.
Yep.
So without where are we at 4 o'clock? Can we mention some stuff inside of 15 minutes without?
Yeah. No analysis, just straight up.
All right, go. We'll name the team, then the prop, and I'll try and navigate as you do it.
Let's start with the Warriors. Name some of their props. Yeah, I really like all their props today because they're going to come out firing. Yeah, it's gonna be a pool party, and Dylan Brooks is not invited for sure. So I like Pool's 3-point prop. I like Steph's 3-point prop. Probably Steph 1, Pool 2, and then Clay 3. But I think this could be a bounce back spot for Clay. He's really struggled those first 2 games, and he always catches fire with the home crowd. I mean, all these guys do. And then Steph, he was at 24.5 points, but they look like they bumped him to 25.5. But I still like it. And then Draymond, I think, will dish it out to all these guys, and you can go with his 6.5 assists. And then, yeah, that's all I have for the Warriors right now. Those are core plays. Just pairing. I did different cards of pairing Draymond's assists with Steph's real points or Steph's 3-point, and then or Jordan Poole's real points or 3-point. Just kind of getting exposure to both scenario. And then the other key one I want to talk about was the Bucks. So I like the pairing of Giannis 6.5 assists with Drew's 17.5 points. I think that Drew's points is too low. I think Giannis is going to continue to distribute because the Celtics are showing that their defense is just ridiculous, man. Like stopping KD pretty much every game, and then now Giannis, it's like, okay, game 1 he had bad shooting. You're like, okay, he's gonna shoot better game 2. Nope, same result. So I mean, it's real. It's a real effect. So the way they're playing him, I think, being back at home now in Milwaukee, I think just like I said about the Mavs today, I think the 3-point shooters will shoot better. They'll make their threes, so Giannis will kick it out to them. So I think I really like Giannis' 6.5 assists again. And then, yeah, you pair it with like I said, Drew's points. Yeah, those are kind of the core ones that stuck out to me. Now that Steven Adams is back for the Grizzlies, I don't know how much he's going to play. I don't know if he's even going to play, just says he's active. So that's something to look out for and how it affects their offense and certain guys like rebound props and stuff like that, because he will soak up boards.
Okay. Anything on Boston or no?
I don't have anything on Boston right now. But the one I'm wrestling with is Morant. I mean, so he's obviously, the Warriors are really struggling to stop him. They're going to try throwing different guys at him this weekend, including JTA, Moses Moody. I mean, he should still find his way. But I will say this: in that last series, Morant played terrible on the road. He did not exceed 20 real points. He shot 0 of 5 from 3. He crumbled under pressure. He couldn't handle the pressure. He's still a young guy. He's 22, so it makes sense. Playoff experience matters. That's why other players say it. Coming out on the road in a hostile environment with everyone here ready for the Grizzlies, we're amped. I'm sure the Warriors are amped. They got him at 2 threes, man. Morant's not known for his 3-point shooting. He had some real outlier first 2 games with his threes. You can consider some unders on there. I wish it was 2.5, so that way if he did get 2, it wouldn't push. But I don't know what to do with his real points because he could easily crumble.
Dylan Brooks usage spread around. Desmond Bain.
Well, I mean, what's up with his back, man? I don't know.
I don't know. And also before we get into torture, by the way, chat, thumbs up. Get the likes for the Peppers. They added Mikal Bridges 1.5 blocks and steals. Does that do anything for you?
Yeah.
All right. Well, he's cleared that in 4 games straight. All right, Josh. I'm going to put you on. I guess we're gonna big screen you a little bit. So let's drag you over the middle.
Okay.
And then I'm just gonna stare at you while you ingest a pepper. And which one is this?
Habanero.
Sick freak.
It's so spicy, it's raw, And I already ate the scorpion ones. But I'm gonna try to get some ghost peppers soon.
What? How long what's the kick-in process? When is it supposed for a normal? If I were to eat that, would I right now be crying?
I don't know. I don't know your tolerance.
The answer is I'm a gringo from the city, bro. I would. Meaning, how fast does it usually take for the normal person? Like right now, your tongue should be on fire, right?
I feel some heat. Yeah.
You're sick.
No, it's your turn with the rare steak, man. We're waiting for it.
I feel like that there's no entertainment value in me eating a rare steak, though. Right? Like I don't know. Yeah, I definitely need some Pepto, Sheriff. I'm getting acid reflux just watching this sick freak. No water, nothing. You just
nope. I'm feeling the heat.
Okay, wait a minute. Is it gonna?
No, but it's good though, man. I love habanero flavor. It's probably my favorite pepper flavor.
You know how they do like the one chip challenge? You probably just eat a Dorito bag full of one chip challenges to like month. Is it a mind thing?
What's that?
You just tell your body that this is nothing. Don't be no punk.
Well, no, it's like the receptors over time get desensitized, so you eat a lot of them.
Gun, can you handle jalapeno? I mean, yeah, like yes, but I don't want to. Depends. I definitely would be crying if I'm him right now. The fact that you just like ate that like it was a freaking like I got a Snickers bar on my desk. You just really just ate that like that's not okay. That's not okay, bro.
I hope it brings us some good luck today.
Yeah, so do I. So do I.
But all right, next bet we make, we're gonna do pepper bet. Get you to eat a pepper.
All I know if I do a pepper, Jesus H. I don't know, man. Yeah, I would do it, but just know I'm down for the count. So it would have to be at the end of a work day.
Oh yeah, it had to be.
And then I need like a gallon of milk, just pouring. It would be a mess. I don't know if a pepper would be.
I can't wait for this, guys. All right, we got to find a good bet, or we just do it for the last NBA stream.
I don't like this. I don't like pain. Start gun off with I saw a shot. An alcohol bet one of these days. I've never done alcohol before. Just went. Maybe on something that means something. I don't know. What up, Travis? Gum's gonna have to eat the pepper casting from his bat, bro. If I just smelt that, like I did. I'm flabbergasted by how you just ate that. Like it was, like it's good, like it's nothing.
Yeah, I mean for dinner I'll usually like cut them up in little slices and put them on the side.
Your kids do that? Your wife's okay with this? Oh,
I shouldn't care. Well, except when I get it on my hands and if I touch things in the house, yeah. Especially like the ghost peppers. Because of the oil, it spreads. Stuff's hard to wash off.
Chat, if you're a channel member, you hit that join button below. We'll drop the prop detector in the Gundacker Gaming Discord. Free link in the description below. I gotta get out of here. I gotta get to work on some baseball stuff, man. You guys are the best. Josh is a weirdo, psycho freak, sadomasochist. But I appreciate your time. Appreciate you making part of our day. Be part of your day, man. Go crush it tonight. Tell somebody you love them. Remember, it's Mother's Day this weekend. Give her a pepper. I love you guys. Good luck. God bless. Go win some money.
Peace.
You're insane. Like, literally. Like, it looks like, you know how like if you boil a pepper, it just like takes out all of the. It literally looks like. You just ate that like it was nothing, bro. You could probably win bets in like bars across the country.
Oh yeah, dude. All my friends know that.
Why are we not doing this? F gambling, bro. Let's go shark some dive bar in Tijuana.
That'd be awesome. Crisis. I'm down for that. Yeah, I can take those people with the heat, man.
Ay.